Yeah, so Youngblood was the first 35 millimeter picture, and that was in Toronto, Canada. I was doing a play with a fine actor and gentleman named Carl Marat, and he was having an audition for this American film. American movies were coming into Canada for even then tax credit. I played hockey. It was a hockey-related film.
You played hockey at LaSalle College in Toronto, right?
Not college. It was De La Salle is high school.
High school, okay.
Yeah, I went there for 1 year.
You were a goalie, apparently.
I was. I played net I was the senior goaltender, yeah.
And your nickname was The Wall, is that correct?
Yeah, sometimes it was the broken wall, but I had a pretty good run there for a little bit. Yeah. After Youngblood, so the first job I got in Los Angeles was a project called, I don't know what it ended up being called.
Wasn't River's Edge, was it?
No, it was a television film. I got to work with Andy Griffith. I was playing his alcoholic son.
But it wasn't Wolf Boy in Toronto, because that was before.
Yeah, Wolf Boy was the play I was doing.
Yeah, right.
And, it was exciting times, because, I got to Los Angeles, and...
It's the mid-'80s now, right? Oh, we got a mic issue there. Let's see if we can...
It's broken.
Oh, here we go. We have a...
How about that? That worked.
I think
we're good.
There we go. Feeling good. Yeah, so...
Thank you.
Thank you very much. So then you ended up working on a...
Yeah, it was cool. It was, it was great. I mean, working with Andy Griffith was amazing. Season Hubley was... it was my first gig. I made my first friend on the show, and I had great scenes. Got to be the alcoholic son, go to the cemetery, winter, all the cotton balls making the snow with the gun and the flask, and
very cool. Yeah,
and getting to pretend.
Yeah,
that it's in play.
Yeah.
And
you had a little ramp up before coming to Hollywood prior to that in Toronto, but it was like there were a series of things that happened in Canada before you came to LA, right? Like you did a little theater and you did a little television, National Film Board.
Yeah. So
apparently you worked at the
like
CBC
I was saying, I was really
really
self-motivated. So I was taking classes, doing some Uta Hagen, respect for acting. I really enjoyed the Shakespeare in high school, so I got involved with a Jewish community center that had a drama program run by the remarkable Rose Dubin, and I ended up playing Mercutio in a production of Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
One of the other actors had an agent. They asked if I had any representation. I said no. And so that's really where the professional thing started. They were my first job as a paid actor was a local television show called Hanging In.
Hanging In, yeah.
And I think I had one line, "Where's the bathroom?" or something like that. Got introduced to the wardrobe racks. Like, okay, here are your choices. Find your wardrobe, and that was a cool thing.
Yeah.
It was I think it was 3 camera.
Yeah.
And so getting into the professional of it. I was ended up doing some improv work at Second City.
Right, because Second City is based in Toronto. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So I did
all those guys.
Some of that. I did a year at a performing arts high school. Then they didn't let me back for the second year, and that's when I went and played hockey at De La Salle. And that's where I did my first high school play. Was at Dell. Got to play John Proctor in the Crucible.
Wow.
It was cool. Opening night. Seeing the fellas from the team in the front rows coming out and playing John Proctor, because it is my name, because I cannot have another.
And all your hockey team was there?
Yeah. It was really cool. Because there was I guess, and then I'm 17.
Right.
Yeah, and I'd been doing commercials. I'd done a cornflakes commercial, did a Coca-Cola commercial, and that's, and then knowing that, that's where I learned, like, okay, don't have an audition before 11 a.m. because I'm just not going to get it. I'm not a morning guy. Anyway. And
Oh boy.
yeah, and don't send me on an audition for a commercial for something, like, if I didn't like the product, I wouldn't go on the audition.
Right. Fantastic.
The Pod Matrix.